Well, if the master builder over there ever finishes up, you'll have your new home. Hey, Mark, are you finished yet?
Any minute now, Trini. One luxury apartment coming up.
Can you take a look at this, Lisa? Tell me if you think it'll be okay.
Ow! Ow!
Oh, I'm sorry. Now, that's a clear case of a misdirected force.
No kidding. You might not be able to see forces, but you can sure feel them. Ow.
3, 2, 1. Contact is the secret, is the moment when everything happens. Contact is the answer, is the reason why everything happens. Contact. Let's make contact. 3, 2, 1. Contact.
I gotta tell you, forces are very important. We couldn't get anywhere without them. First of all, our muscles. Ah, muscles. We couldn't even move without muscles. Oh, 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 oh! Oh, now, gravity. That's a force you can really fall for. Anyway, think of it. Forces hold together the planets, the stars, the whole galaxy. Do you know that without forces, there just wouldn't even be a you and me? Frankly, I'm glad I'm not just some noodle floating around in a cosmic soup. Aren't you?
That's one of the hairiest rides I've ever been on. Now I know why you didn't want to go on that thing.
Yeah, they don't want those bumps in there anymore. They're going to put some other loops like that one in the tidal wave.
You mean they're going to
put 2 more of them in, and then they're going to have a tunnel down near the end of it.
That's a crazy-looking ride, Chris.
Yeah, it really is.
What's the name of it?
Tidal wave.
That's crazy.
It is. My brother loves it.
You go upside down. How do you stay in there?
Well, it's like when you swing a bucket of water around, it doesn't fall out. If you do it fast enough, it just stays in.
You'll stay in the bucket?
Yeah.
Does your father like the roller coasters?
He's ridden a couple. He rode the turn of the century down there. Apparently, he loves to design them.
Is he at the office now?
Probably is.
Well, can we go down and see him design?
Yeah.
All right, come on. Hey, this is great. What do you use this for?
Well, this is a 1/10 scale model of a ride that we're in the process of developing. The final ride will be about 10 times this size.
Now, does this work the same way the ride at that work? When it goes around like that, you don't fall out because of the forces that keep you in?
Basically, the thing that we have to do with an upside-down ride, we do concern ourselves with the forces that are applied to the people that ride. So when we get upside down, we have to have enough force in the up direction so that they're held up against the seat and don't either feel like they're going to fall out or maybe even fall out if the seat bar arrangement doesn't work properly.
Exactly what is it about this one that's going to get it to go from all the way up there, all the way down and around the corkscrew?
Well, it's the elevation, obviously. All of these things are what we call gravity rides, and they depend on gravity to get the energy out. We'll take a look at it and see what happens when we let it go here. It goes over smoothly and nicely, and everybody feels like they're safe, and they feel like they're still sitting in their seat, and the sensations are really great. Now we could show what happens here if we miss, if we don't get it high enough, or if we don't go fast enough. It's just not going to make it properly through the loop here. And that's the kind of thing that we can't let happen in an amusement park.
forces like that?
That's great.
This particular model is a quarter-scale model, and we are able, off of this kind of a model, to really get some engineering measurement. We slow down and speed up, and we go through different kinds of dips where we have heavy G-forces pushing you down in the seat, and then we go up over the top of a bump, and we force where you feel light and are lifted up out of your seat. We call that negative forces.
Now, you mentioned G-forces before. What exactly are G-forces?
Well, G-force is the term we use when we're standing here. It's the force of gravity.
Okay, you ready?
For what?
Watch this.
What are you doing, Mark?
Let's watch.
Mark. Oh, what is he doing? I don't know. You're gonna get us stopping where?
Don't underestimate the force.
Hey, how come the water doesn't fall out?
Well, it's the same reason you don't fall out of a roller coaster when it goes upside down. If you're going fast enough in a circle, you stay in your seat, just like the water stays in this can.
Well, that means that gravity isn't the only force at work.
That's right, you got it.
So what happens if you twirl the can slowly? Oh, wow.
Gravity has other spectacular effects.
Like a slingshot, flinging a spacecraft high above the Earth. Then the rocket engine shuts off, and the spacecraft begins falling around the Earth. This path is the orbit.
Well, if they're falling, why don't they crash on Earth?
They keep missing it because, well, they're also moving sideways around the Earth.
You mean orbiting is really falling?
You got it. How'd you like a quiet dinner for two aboard Skylab?
Now that's what I call fast food.
How can there be any gravity here? Everything's floating. They're not floating. Gravity's pulling on Skylab and everything in it. They're all falling together. That can of tuna isn't falling. Well, the astronaut must have given it a little push when he let go of it.
Ever tried to get a drink of water without a glass?
That's impossible. Not when you're weightless. If you put a scale under one of the astronauts, it wouldn't register any weight.
Far out.
You can say that again.
Far out. You mean when you're weightless, the slightest push can send you off in any direction?
Right. The astronauts are just like that can of tuna.
Then you can't ever get away from gravity.
Right. It's the force that's always with you.
Gravity has the ability to make you seem strong or weak. If you were on the moon, the barbell would weigh only 1/6 as much as on Earth. You could lift things easier and throw things much further. However, if we lived on Jupiter, things would weigh 3 times as much as on Earth. Barbells would be harder to lift, and we couldn't throw things very far. However, once back on Earth, things would return to normal.
This is Reed Rondell. He's learning to be a movie stuntman from one of the best in the business, his dad, Ronnie Rondell. Now, why do you have 2 different bags in there?
That's our safety factor in this bag. If something should fail, the big fan, and this start to get soft while Reed was on his way down, this is supposed to give us enough of an edge that he could still walk away from this unhurt, even though the bag became too soft.
Do you know how high it is up to the top of the roof?
I believe it's 40, and it's probably about 35 to the bag.
Are you going to give it a try when you get up there?
I don't know. I'll see what it looks like from up there.
Well, let's go do it.
Okay, let's go.
Reed, how's it look? Put it right in the middle.
The airbag helps cushion the fall, but the important thing, according to Reed, is landing just
when I
right.
go off, I gotta get the tuck under so that my shoulders will take the punishment and my back, and it'll, I tighten up. But other than that, should be all right with the pad.
Right. Now, what would happen if you landed on your feet?
You'd probably break your legs just because you're hitting the pad. It's still got a lot of stiffness to it, enough to, unless you collapse your legs at the right time. It'd be all right, I think.
It's a lot further up from up here, let me tell you.
Well, want me to go first, then you can see if you want to go?
Yeah.
All right.
Let me check it out first.
Guys, ready? Go ahead. We're duck. All right.
Not a chance. No way.
Well, don't forget, he's had a lot of practice.
I know. I'll come down the easy way. The stairs.
Good idea.
Why do you do this anyway? I mean, is it because of your father?
Yeah, that's exactly it. When I was younger, I went on the set with him all the time. And I was kind of hyper when I was a kid, too, so I was bouncing off the walls and stuff when I was young, so that helped a lot.
What other kind of stunts have you done?
High falls. I've done a couple, Charlie's Angels, Mannix, a couple movies with Jodie Foster, just little stuff, but now it's starting to get into the bigger stuff.
How old are you now?
17.
When did you do your first stunt?
I was 10 years old.
Really?
Quad Squad, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's my first one.
I could have finished this if I hadn't smashed my thumb.
Hey, you sure you don't need to go to the hospital?
No, I don't need to go to the hospital.
Don't worry about it. It's all done. Man, this is great. I mean, it's just right for him. Oh, look. Look, he's getting comfortable already. Look, he's falling asleep. A true masterpiece of construction.
Well, it's not the Empire State Building or anything.
But it's a stunning example of what you can do with the right tools. And a little smart.
There are ways of multiplying your force. And there are better ways. And there are even better ways.
that
Oh,
sounds good.
yeah. Go ahead,
That's
Joey.
good.
Come on, Joey.
He likes that.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
oh, that's good stuff. Isn't it? All right.
Yeah.
He did. Yeah,
You know, we could all do a lot of amazing things with the force of our bodies.
Olympic gymnast Kurt Thomas turns muscle force into fine art.
I started at 14, which is late for gymnastics. A lot of kids are starting at 7, 8, 9 years old now. And so I was kind of a late starter, but at that time, I don't think it was too bad. Then I think I would have been a better gymnast if I would have started earlier, but what the heck.
Trapezes are killing me. You do one? When you start at 7 or 8 years old, can't you run into some really serious physical problems?
You can get into problems, and I know a couple of gymnasts who have gotten into problems with the bone growth and things like that, and working out too much at too young of an age can be a problem because you can really damage your muscles, your ligaments, your tendons, everything in there. You can mess up if you don't go about it right. So you know you can't overwork a kid that's young who is growing, and that can become a problem. So I'm sure a kid 17 years old right now who had never stretched out would be just so tight.
It would be virtually impossible.
Yeah.
Virtually impossible. Were you an athlete when you were younger?
Yeah, I was always flipping and tumbling around and doing different things. I really wasn't, I didn't know what gymnastics was, but I was always, I saw circus acts and stuff like that. Just jumped around, flipped around and stuff.
Yeah.
Forward. Good. I don't care how far you're up on the horse. You can go all the way up to here if you want.
Straight up?
Right around the horse. Get the hand back. Right after the feet clear, get your hand down. Get your hand down. There you go. Now, once this hand gets down, your feet clear here, get this hand back on. There you go. Okay, next. Good. Okay? Okay, my man, make it now. All the way around. Push, push. Good.
A performance like this takes years of training with a good coach. Kurt's coach, Roger Council, is a former gymnast himself. Now, when he's going around and around, I would imagine, one thing carries him into another because of the momentum of his pivot.
Right. A side horser, in order to have a nice-looking performance, an aesthetic performance, should work as stretched as he can be. So Kurt endeavors to show a great deal of body extension, as if his body were one long straight lever.
Now, how does, so the kid that does a pommel horse, how does he strengthen his upper body, his upper arms? It takes a lot of strength up there. How does he strengthen that area?
Put your hands down by your hips, right like this. Okay, and then straighten your legs out. And I can lift you up, and now try to straighten your body out. Try to straighten your body out. Okay, now this gets the body extension, and then I let them go down backwards, and you push against, no, don't let your hips drop. Okay, now this is hard. This is going to be hard. Go back with your shoulders. Go back with your shoulders. Go back more. Go back more. Okay, go back more, and then come forward. And then I stretch them out this way. Okay. Wow. Here, when you went back this way, you felt it in your muscles in the back of your shoulder. When you went this way, it actually stretched you out through here. So you get some flexibility in the shoulder joint, and also in going back, you get some strength in the back of the shoulder joint.
Yeah, I felt it right up in here.
Right, and this gives you that concept of that body extension that you have to have when you work side horse.
I do notice it.
We'll make you sore for tomorrow.
No. I was sore today. Yeah. Feels good.
Come here, Richie. I'll show you what we're trying to do. Come here. Go back as far as you can go. Now go all the way back. Way back, way back. Okay, and then back this way. Like that. And then all the way back. Push, 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 push. And all the way back, like that. Push, 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 push. His hands are sliding a little bit.
I see what you mean.
Good, okay. That gives him flexibility, and when he goes back, it gives him strength to press down behind him, which is a hard part on side horse to support.
Right.
It's a hard position.
Yeah. I noticed that when I was trying it with Kurt earlier.
You can tell I'm getting old. I'm winded from helping. If you will first, we'll look at your legs as levers. And if you will tuck up your legs into a ball, we'll be effectively shortening the lever. And it'll be much easier for you to pull your legs up towards the bar. Pull them up towards the bar. Okay, now.
I got him.
That's right. Now this time, straighten your legs out, just right out here, and hang with straight arms and try to lift your legs up with your knees locked. Now we're lengthening the lever and making it much harder to lift that lever up. And you can see that as our lever becomes longer, it becomes more difficult to lift it. Consequently, it takes more strength to get it up there.
It's hard. It really is. You can see the difference. Oh, we're tired.
You've earned your lunch.
Yeah, I know what those guys are doing.
Animal force comes from muscle. Bones are rigid. Motion is caused by the skeletal muscles pulling on the bones.
What are you doing on that thing? You don't need to lose weight.
You don't exercise just to lose weight, Mark. You exercise to stay in shape.
Well, if you put some of that human force and machine force on the road, you might have a winning combination.
Bicycle is a machine that makes muscle energy into motion. The energy of my body when I eat food gets to my body and gives me muscles, and it then goes down to my legs. And then I can pound against the pedal. The muscles in the legs pound against the pedal, which is connected to the crank. The strength of the muscle goes into the crank, then through to the chain ring. The chain ring connects to the chain. The chain then goes into the back sprocket and back to the front chain ring. And then you go forward motion.
Remember to stay low out there. Wind resistance is one of your worst enemies. You sit in tight and keep your head down. This will enable you to slide quicker and easier through the wind. Another way to beat wind resistance is to sit in behind another rider and follow him. He blocks the wind for you, and you won't have as much resistance. Did you take care of your equipment this week?
Yeah, you don't want your bike to fall apart when you're riding.
No.
Yeah, when it
It's
comes to
important.
finish line, the wheel fall off.
How about the gears? Everything dropping in?
Yes. Check the next one.
For each person, there's an ideal tempo or number of revolutions per minute that they can ideally pedal. The gears are used to maintain that same pedaling speed depending on if we're going uphill or downhill, and can change gears and maintain the same revolutions per minute as we go on our ride. Friction is a very important factor in bicycle racing. It's helpful, and it can be also a hazard, such as when you hold a turn on a dry surface, the friction will help hold the bicycle steady, enabling him to make the turn smoother. On a wet surface, moisture lubricates the road, reduces the friction, your wheel could slide, and you could go down.
All midget riders up here with their bicycles. All the midget riders with their bicycles, please. This will be the first race in the midget class.
How many laps?
First race will be a quarter mile, 1 lap. And there will be 4 riders at qualifying points. Now we come to the award of the prizes of the midget race series. The winner scoring 10 points the most was Jimmy McCarthy.
Congratulations, you rode a beautiful race today, and I hope that we'll see you around next year. Rudy, there's always only one winner, there's always the second place, but the next race, let it be yours, huh? Good luck to you for next year.
Thanks.
Charles, you look like a little fella, but you got the makings of a big man.
Charlie, keep going.
It takes a force to change motion.
Hey, what was that for?
Right, it takes a force to change motion. Oh, you got it.
Whenever there's trouble, we're there on the double. We're the Bloodhound Gang. If you got the crime, we got the time. We're the Bloodhound Gang.
Be sure to watch Monday, when 321 Contact brings you the exciting adventures of the Bloodhound Gang.
321 Contact is a production of the Children's Television Workshop.